Gathering 2011 or Gathering 2019 with this sorely pathetic crew that well, enough said. Yeah, enough said. Well, okay. Well, that one hasn't been popped yet. So, anyhow, Brandon, Meglio.
Yeah.
Have I said that in a delicate enough touch?
Yeah, you can be real bougie and say Meglio. And kind of like it's like a kind of a sound, but you got to say it with your hand like this because it's an Italian accent.
Don't start with me, my brother. Okay. Now, you and your motley crew here. We've been having a discussion over, drinks and lunch.
Give it out.
Yeah, exactly. She's having a seizure. What are you going to do?
It's right? Dance.
So listen, Brandon. Yeah, I know. What are you trying to correct me?
You been drinking?
Who, me? No. What are you, a cop?
Absolutely not.
That's a man with honesty. Absolutely not. No, it's not like we're gonna.
Maybe a cold snack? That's a Mount Ducky cold snack.
Cold snack.
Is it crispy boy?
What?
Crispy boy.
Oh,
It looks
yeah,
like it says Ducky, but
Don't be a jerk. Recycle.
well, okay. As if we're gonna recycle right now.
Is there alcohol in those?
Yes.
Then I will have one, sir.
Back to local
I would like one as well, thank you. Do you shotgun these?
Not your dad.
I'm not your dad. You don't know that. Sorry.
Okay. Now, you guys, wait. You guys are out of control. Let's try and control this.
That's my inner 30.
I love it when he sneaks up on me like that. So.
If I had a nickel for every time. Well, never mind.
I have a whole.
Never mind.
I have a couple rolls of nickels. Speaking of rolls of nickels.
Is that
Okay.
a roll of quarters? Or haven't
Well,
seen me.
I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just trying to be honest. So.
It's more of a hockey puck.
Hockey stick. A stack of hockey pucks. Yeah, right. Okay.
No,
Now,
just one.
okay. Well, there you go. That's all it takes. So,
can.
Brandon, listen. I feel like I'm your mom now. Hey, listen to me. Brandon, come here. Listen to me. Listen to me now. Okay. So, this is really out of control, and as a result of a number of. What? You haven't popped those yet? What's the matter with you?
Libations.
So, libations. So when did you get started? How did you get started into knife making? And let me just pan across this as you politely and deliberately, with enough volume, explain that to me. Was that too many instructions?
Oh boy.
You want me to repeat myself?
Let me. Okay, good. There's alcohol in there. All right.
Okay.
So the way I got started making knives was in 2007.
Yeah, we'll see. How you been?
I met Dwayne Dwyer of Strider Knives.
Okay.
I had been working in like the local mall selling chef's knives and things like that, and I really wanted to, get into more of the tactical knife industry. So I ended up going to Strider Knives, which was not far from where I was living and working at the time. And I ran into Dwayne, we hit it off, we got into, we're both history buffs, he hired me, I was basically sweeping the floors and taking out the trash, and he took a liking to me, so we ended up working together at nights doing, more than just the regular production Strider stuff. He was actually teaching me how the whole process works. Metallurgy, heat treat, exploitation of material sciences, all that kind of stuff. And
And not just working on production knives, because they had a bit of a factory, but also working on a lot of the custom knives. Is that correct? Or
well, that's really more where he would kind of show me how he was doing things.
Right.
So that's because it's less production, you get a little bit more into the handwork, and he was able to show me his processes for that. But so we developed a pretty great friendship, and eventually I would go on to go to law school, and I really didn't enjoy it, and I spent all my time in law school drawing different knife designs and things like that. And so I failed out of law school, and my brother said,
and creeped out a few of the professors.
a few.
Well, let's go for 100%, right?
But yeah, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do other than I always knew I loved making knives. So then with the encouragement of my brother, we decided, well, why don't we do what I love? And so I started on the path of making knives, but not in the tactical industry so much, but really more for chefs. because I work with all these great materials, but chefs are the ones who are using their knives 8 hours a day plus, and they just don't have access to PM grade materials like XHP and 3V and PD #1, CD #1, and these really exemplary materials.
Now, when you say PM materials, what do you mean?
Particle metallurgy.
Okay.
So these are not hand forged pieces out of 1095 or anything like that. These are the absolute best steel that money can buy and that we can technologically make. I'm even working on some knives out of SM100 right now, which is not even steel. It's a titanium nickel bimaterial alloy that's only able to be created via particle metallurgy technology, i.e. the hip chamber, which is a hot isostatic press. So there's a lot of science that goes on behind all of this, but the most important thing for me when I'm creating these is not the way they look. It's not the aesthetics of it. To me, it has to function as a tool. And so, like this Tuna Sword right here, we've already used to break down a 200-pound bluefin tuna. All of the customs here are already sold. We've got production knives, and we are working on our production line 10-inch chef's knife as well. So this is a CTS XHP line. We have a Santoku paring knife, and then the flagship will be the 10-inch model as well.
And these are your factory knives, correct?
Really, the only thing that's different about them is that I'm not hand grinding them. They're getting ground up in Washington. Everything else is still in-house, just like my customs.
Okay.
So while I say it's my production line, it's not some outsourced Chinese model. It's still all U.S. made, and the goal is to create something that a line chef could afford. And the 10-inch chef's knife at $295 is definitely going to be, an under $300 knife that's all U.S. made, and there's not a better stainless steel that I would use for that knife. It's like the absolute best. And so it's G10, hypoallergenic, it's got titanium hardware, it's full tang, it's the best of the best, and I'm hand sharpening, these, finishing them myself. I got the leather strop that I use with, 0.25 micron diamond emulsion compound, which is an 800,000 grit polish that I'm finishing all my knives on. So it's not something that's outsourced to, some Chinese kids.
To an offshore.
This is San Diego's where these knives are made.
So the only outsourcing, if you will, is to Washington State. Then they come back. The blades come back to you, and you finish them.
Yeah.
Okay. Outstanding.
But it does save me a lot of hours to do that. But it doesn't really affect the quality at all. I do. The best part about customs for me are sushi knives. So when you get the real hand-ground urakasa hollows on the back, the yanagi buzz for sushi all the time, and you can really push the limit with the geometry. I love doing that stuff by hand. But in terms of an everyday, just absolute beater, like I want my chefs to have the best knife possible and not have to pay an arm and a leg for it. And XHP will outperform anything. Any stainless that's hand forged, XHP will beat in terms of knife technology. That's just.
So Brandon, if you would, why don't you give us a couple some examples of price points on some of these blades, and I'll just follow you along as you do that.
Yeah. So like I said, these customs are sold, but a chef's knife like this, so this is a 9-inch chef. This is a 9-inch Kiritsuki. These would be around the $1,000 price range for DLC with stabilized burl. Cast resin, titanium hardware, G10 liners, full tang, and like I said, that diamond light coating is DLC. It's
so these are DLC.
Yeah, that's applied via particle vapor deposition. Something like this, which is it's a fillet knife. It's got a little bit of flex to it. I wanted this to be a little bit stiffer. Something like this would be more in the $600 or $700 range.
And again, we're talking customs at this point.
That's a custom, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Over here, this is a fillet knife, but it's a thinner one. This one has more flex to it, and this one is more around the $800 range because it's DLC coated. These Damascus knives are sold as well. These are 8-inch Gyotos, stabilized burl, torch titanium. These are a little bit closer to the $1,500 to $1,800 range a piece, and that's 3V and 154 cm Damascus out of Vegas Forge. They do an awesome job with their Damascus. So even the Damascus is going to be PM grade materials.
It's good.
And that's actually a new pattern. They haven't released that, from what I understand.
Right.
And then we also work really closely with local craftsmen. So like this is a custom fixed blade. This is a totally zero ground fixed blade, 4-inch CD #1 with desert ironwood handles. And then this is a Kydex that's custom molded with suede liner, but that's hand tooled leather that we've got wrapped around this. And this isn't a new knife. This is actually one of the clients that's here at the show today. This is one of his carries, so you can see it wears well.
So in essence, the sheath is almost like a San Mai. You've got Kydex with leather on the outside, hand-tooled leather on the outside, and on the inside you've got suede.
And you can see how smooth that those edges are. AJ does amazing leather work. He owns Redbeard Original leather work, and his hand tooling is, I haven't seen anybody else's hand tooling that I like better.
That's just beautiful. Now, where is AJ based out of?
He's right down the road from me, so we're in North County in San Diego. My shop's in Escondido, and he's out of Vista.
Now, Brandon, let's back up just a little bit. Give me some, if you can, some price points on some of on the Damascus as an example.
Yeah. So the Damascus is anywhere between around 14 to 1800, depending on the options that you want to choose with those typically.
Yeah.
And
what about your tuna knife? We talked about that earlier before we tuned up here.
yeah, so the Tuna Sword would be closer to the $4,200 range, which out of CD #1 is actually a steal. If you get the Japanese ones, you'll notice they go for $8,000 to $10,000 in the Japanese market, and that steel will outperform the Japanese steels, but it's half the price.
And you got quite a bit of flex with this too.
Yeah, I just love making them. That angle is less than a 13-degree angle, dual beveled, up to 10,000 grit polish, full tang, movable handles, and it's desert ironwood. That's the handle on that. And then I always make my Tuna Swords with suede lined Kydex sheets as well, because it scares me to ship those guys without a jumpable handle.
Yeah, it's very good.
And then we also have some production fixed blades as well. Got this guy right here. This is 3V Stonewash G10 handles, Kydex. So that clicks in nicely. And this guy starts off at $195. So these are pretty economic. But you know, again, I'm doing everything but the grinds on the production fixed blades in-house. And I got those in DLC, and I also have those in CTS XHP. So there's a lot of
If he wants less maintenance,
You have quite a bit of variables that you can work with. Yeah, outstanding. Very good. How are you enjoying your show this year?
it's
good. we
Okay, let's not get there again, you guys. I mean, come on, you wise guy.
Oh, I thought it was spring break.
Well, I have a pretty sizable weight on my customs. I'm about 10 months to a year out on all my customs. So I don't really come here to sell a lot. I mostly come to drink
And enjoy the camaraderie.
I love the show because everybody is super friendly, and I like everybody here. So it's a great show for me. It's close enough. It's Vegas. It's like 5 hours away, so it's not that much of a drive. It's a good, healthy crew. And
Plus, you're sporting the new stash, brother.
oh yeah.
I must ask you a question.
Okay. Well, listen, man, you have a good remainder of the weekend. You guys all travel safe, especially you.
I'm fine, don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I'm not taking you home.
Damn it.
Okay. Anyhow, guys, salute.
No more alcohol
Thank you.
for you.